is this? Who is this guy? Ciryl Gane definitely paid off the judges in his fight against Volkov. There's no doubt in my mind. 6 UFC back-to-back loss was absolutely disgusting. Kennedy Nzechukwu, I want to throw in the C tier, but I'm going to throw in the D tier. Split decision loss to Vince St. Peru. 49-year-old Vince St. Peru, the one that just came out of the retirement home. Split decision loss. Imagine having stone hands and an 83-inch reach in the UFC and not being able to knock out a 49-year-old Vince St. Peru. Kennedy Nzechukwu is going into... I was going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt because he is coming off some first-round knockouts. I was going to put him in the C tier, but I don't care how many first-round knockouts you get. You could go out and knock Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall simultaneously in the same dang octagon, and I wouldn't bump you up any higher than the C tier, okay? He still has yet to do that, so I'm keeping him in the D tier. Alisson Teixeira. Who is this? Who is this guy? He literally beat a Junior Tafa, or a Justin Tafa, whichever Tafa brother he just beat the other day. And he's already ranked top 15. He's already ranked top 15. He's 6'7". He has an ungodly reach. So I get it, okay? You're trying to excel this guy to the top. And for that reason, I'm going to put him in the B tier. I think Alisson Teixeira has potential. Will he be a UFC champion? Probably not. Will he be a top 5 guy? Maybe. We'll see. Time will tell. Mick Parkin is going into the C tier. I don't know what it is about Mick Parkin. I don't know if it's because he's an England boy. I don't know if it's because he trains with Tom Aspinall, and I just like Tom Aspinall more than I like Mick Parkin. Mick Parkin, I'm throwing into the C tier, bro. Mick Parkin just kind of makes me mad, too. You know, he's a good fighter, but there's something about him when he just chats. It just kind of pisses me off. And I get it, dude. Sometimes you're not going to like everyone that chats and yaps, okay? I'm sure I got a lot of haters out there myself. When they stumble across my video, you know, they just decide, yeah, this guy kind of sucks. I get it. I wouldn't fault you for it. You know what I mean? I do suck sometimes. But Mick Parkin is going straight into the C tier. That's all I got to say. Waldo Acosta Cortez, the salsa boy. He's also kind of mid, so I'm throwing him. But then he does do the salsa. I'm throwing Salsa Boy into the A tier, bro. Waldo Acosta Cortez has some fire dance moves. And listen, he's up and coming, man. He's up and coming. A lot of people are sleeping on Waldo Acosta. He's going to get his chance pretty soon into the top 10 and then the top 5. And who knows? This guy may be fighting Tom Aspinall for a UFC Heavyweight Championship sometime in the near future. You know what I mean? Waldo Acosta Cortez is one of those guys where I could see being a dark horse. I could see Salsa Boy coming up and shocking the entire world and just absolutely chinning Jon Jones, maybe even Tom Aspinall, definitely Ciryl Gane or Alexander Volkov. Waldo Acosta Cortez is going straight into the A tier. Tai Tuivasa, I'm throwing into the S tier. Now, you may be sitting here, you may be thinking, what? Tai Tuivasa in the S tier? Yes. Name me another UFC fighter or even another professional athlete in general that can take 6 losses in a row and still be ranked top 10 in whatever they're doing. How is that even possible? Tai Tuivasa is coming off of 6 back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back. Okay, not 6 UFC losses in his UFC professional career. 6 UFC back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back losses. This dude is on a Tony Ferguson fight losing streak at heavyweight. And he is still ranked top 10. And now that I'm thinking about it, the Alisson Teixeira being ranked in the top 15, that actually kind of makes sense now. Because who in the world is doing these rankings to keep Tai Tuivasa that high? Are the shoeys impacting his ranking? I'm being serious. Are the shoeies impacting Tai Tuivasa's ranking? Is that why he's ranked top 10? Is that why? Tai Tuivasa somehow, some way is ranked where he's at, and I'm giving him an S tier for it. I don't care. I mean, if you're coming off of 6 losses, there's no way you should be in the position that Tai Tuivasa's in. You should be on the other side of the world from that position. Tai Tuivasa is right where he is, somehow, some way, and we got to give him credit for it. Jamil Ghazi Goat is going straight into the A tier as well. Did you guys see his last performance? Did you guys see Shamil Ghaziev's last performance? That gives me hope. That gives me promise. I was a little concerned when I saw the Jairzinho Rosenstruck fight. But listen, Ghazi Goat came out and said, hey, man, I broke my hand. I literally could not punch. I couldn't wrestle. I couldn't do anything. Props to him for sticking in through that fight. Props to him for trying to go and trying to get the win. He did gas a little bit, and I don't know how much a broken hand is going to, impact gassing in a fight. But Shamil Ghazi Goat will be a UFC heavyweight champion one day. Shamil Ghazi Goat is Himothy. He will make us proud, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was sometime very soon in the near future. Ghazi Goat is making it into the S tier. Marcin Tybura. I originally thought about putting him in the B tier, but I'm about to put Marcin Tybura in the A tier, bro. He's crafty. He's savvy. That absolutely beautiful submission that he had just a fight ago or 2 fights ago, that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen at heavyweight. I didn't know a heavyweight could move like that. I thought it was only Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones. If Jon Jones was a little bit younger, I thought only those two could move like that. Maybe Ciryl Gane a little bit. Marcin Tybura, what a unit, dude. What an absolute unit. I'm ranking him in the A tier. Wow, dude. I almost forgot Sergey Spivak's name, dog. Sergey Spivak, I'm ranking him in the D tier. Sergey Spivak kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. I'm not really fond of this guy at all. It's okay. You don't have to be fond of everyone. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, you don't have to like everyone, and that's okay. I mean, I have a lot of haters. That's all right, though. Sergey Spivak, welcome to the D tier. Next up, the Black Beast. Derek Lewis, I'm throwing him in the B tier. Derek Lewis is a tank. Derek Lewis is the leading knockout artist in UFC history. It makes sense. I mean, he's a heavyweight. You would expect these heavyweights to go out and get knockouts with their giant frames, their power, their 87-inch reaches, their dynamite hands. That isn't the case. That is often not the case. Derek Lewis earns a B tier. I kind of want to bump him up to A tier now, but I don't think so. I think Derek Lewis, if he worked on his ground game a little bit, I would bump him up to A tier. I genuinely would. But Derek Lewis's ground game is literally stall and hopefully ball later on. Stall and hopefully ball later on in the next round. Derek Lewis is making it into the B tier. Jailton Almeida. I can't rank him any higher than C tier. I can't rank this guy any higher than C tier. Yes, he's coming off a phenomenal win. I don't care. Curtis Blades' loss was absolutely disgusting. To go and lose the way he did in the fashion that he did, absolutely disgusting, bro. Absolutely. At one point, I wanted him cut from the UFC the way he took that loss. Are you kidding me? Curtis Blades, one of the most vicious men on planet Earth, is sitting there defending your takedown and raining down legal elbows on the side of your face. And you're doing nothing about it? Really? Are you kidding me? Nothing? Wow, bro. The fact that I may have picked him in that fight may have a little bit bias in this C tier ranking, but I don't care. Jailton Almeida is going straight into the C tier. Curtis Blades. I want to rank Curtis Blades in the A tier, but I'm throwing him in the B tier. He just lost a fight to diarrhea. Curtis Blades just lost a fight to diarrhea, okay? Curtis Blades was supposed to fight last weekend. His fight got canceled. He got sick. Rizvan Kuniev, who arguably I feel like Curtis Blades would have beat. But Curtis Blades is in such a weird position. I mean, to get absolutely obliterated by Tom Aspinall and then you're fighting an unranked guy, what is going on? What is actually going on? Why are we not giving this unranked guy to like Mick Parkin or Jailton Almeida? You know what I mean? Kennedy. Sergey. Any of these guys. We're giving him to Curtis Blades, bro. Then again, maybe they want Curtis Blades bouncing back. Maybe they want Curtis Blades to hop in, take care of this guy, and stay in the top 5, maybe fight for a title again. Who knows? I don't know what the UFC is thinking with Curtis Blades, but I'm thinking I'm going to put him in the B tier. Pavlovich. Oh, Pavlovich, where do we begin? I remember when Pavlovich was fighting Tom Aspinall, and everyone thought that Pavlovich was going to knock Tom Aspinall out. And then Tom Aspinall said, screw that. I'm not even going to use my jits. I'm literally just going to knock this guy out. I would have put Sergey probably in the A or B tier. I want to put him in the B tier, but no, I'm going to put him in the C tier. I just can't rank him any higher. The fact that this guy is as an accomplished of a wrestler as he is, and he literally doesn't use it. I mean, he used it his last fight and stunk it up. Sergey Pavlovich, I never thought was going to a decision. I never thought in my entire life, as long as I was watching this guy fight, was I ever going to see him in a decision. In the UFC, at least. He proves me wrong, bro. And that is why I'm throwing Sergey Pavlovich into the C tier. Alexander Volkov, he's crafty, bro. He's crafty, he's savvy. I got to put Alexander Volkov in the A tier. Arguably, Alexander Volkov's on a win streak right now, bro. He should not have lost to Ciryl Gane. That was absolutely disgusting. I want all of those judges that judged that fight to be fired. Okay, I'm in fact going to look it up later on and complain about it a little bit because what was that decision? That fight in and of itself was absolutely disgusting. Ciryl Gane won a round literally just holding Alexander Volkov's arm. Anyways, that is a rant for another day. I'm putting Alexander Volkov in the A tier. I don't care if you're pissed off about it. I don't care if you don't agree. That sucks because this is the Teo Talks tier list, buddy. This isn't the YouTube commentator Teo Talks' hater. This is Teo Talks' list. And I'm putting Alexander Volkov in the A tier. Ciryl Gane, I'm putting in the D tier. Ciryl Gane is a great fighter. He's also great at avoiding fights. What is going on with Ciryl Gane? To win a split, to lose, technically he lost a split decision to Volkov. Somehow, some way, got the nod from the judges. Now that I'm thinking about it, Ciryl Gane must have paid those guys off. Ciryl Gane definitely paid off the judges in his fight against Volkov. There's no doubt in my mind. But Ciryl Gane just avoids fights. I've heard too many behind the scenes stories from Tom Aspinall, from Jon Jones, from Alexander Volkov, from all these guys, Curtis Blades. I'm sure Pavlovich would have came out and said something too if he spoke English. You know what I mean? Ciryl Gane will not fight you unless it's for a title. I'm surprised he even fought Volkov. And clearly, immediately started making excuses. Oh, well, I broke my leg. I broke my leg on the first kick. That's why, the fight was the way it is. Disgusting. I'm putting Ciryl Gane in the D tier. You know what else? I'm putting Tom Aspinall in the D tier. Just kidding. Are you guys stupid? Tom Aspinall is going straight to the A tier, bro. Tom Aspinall is the UFC heavyweight savior. What is Jon Jones doing? Why is Jon Jones not fighting this guy? Why is Jon Jones not vacating the belt? Why is Tom Aspinall defending interim titles? There's a lot of whys. There's a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of questions regarding Tom Aspinall, okay? All I can tell you, jiu-jitsu black belt, petroleum hands. I think he has a little bit of dynamite in there too. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I think he might be shoving some very small but effective dynamite sticks into his gloves when he fights. We got to get Tom Aspinall checked a little bit more thoroughly, because what in the actual crap is this? Tom Aspinall is the true embodiment of a heavyweight. Never have I seen a decision, let alone a fight, go out of the second round, I think, or the third round with Tom Aspinall. This dude is the true embodiment of a UFC heavyweight, and that is why he's an S tier. The true UFC heavyweight champion. And last but not least, the guy that's unfortunately actually the true heavyweight UFC champion, but in none of our eyes, Jon Jones. Now, realistically, I know a lot of you people want Jon Jones in the S tier. I'm not putting him there. I know just as many as haters as Jon has, he also has fans. You know what I mean? Johnny Bones Jones, he may deserve the S tier. Not in my book, though. I know a lot of you also want me to put him all the way in the D tier. I'm not going to do that either. Are you stupid? Jon Jones is literally one of the greatest athletes of all time. The fact that he's reigned the light heavyweight division the way he has, even though he used steroids, even though he, did some messed up stuff outside of the octagon, even though he may not have been the greatest person, even though Jon Jones, may have a tainted record, even though he may have lost to Dominic Reyes, even though Jon Jones beat Ciryl Gane and now won't fight Tom Aspinall, I'm still not going to rank him in the D tier. I'm going to put Jon Jones in the A tier. Johnny Bones Jones has to go in the A tier. He's done so much for this sport. Jon Jones is one of the biggest names in the sport. And I'd argue that Jon Jones has a chance to beat Tom Aspinall. A lot of people are going to come on here, they're going to say, well, have you seen Tom Aspinall perform? Literally, one of his only losses is because he got injured to Curtis Blades. You know what I mean? Have you seen what Tom Aspinall has been? I don't care. It's still Jon Jones, bro. It is still Jon Jones. I mean, for all we know, Jon Jones could pull out a malicious technique and absolutely carve Tom Aspinall's eye right out of its socket. You know what I'm saying? And Tom Aspinall, I feel like, would still be the type of dude to say, no, this is literally my only opportunity to prove I am the GOAT of the heavyweight division. This is my only opportunity to beat one of the GOATs of the sport. I'm not giving up now. He'd fight Jon Jones with one eye. He'd lie like Michael Bisping did. You know what I'm saying? Just to beat or have a chance at beating Jon Jones. Listen, I still don't think Jon Jones would beat him. I still think Tom Aspinall would absolutely demolish Jon Jones, but there is that slight chance. Guys, let me know if you agree with the tier list. And while you're down there in the comments letting me know if you agree or disagree, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, man. What are you doing if you're not subscribed? Seriously, what are you doing? Come on, man. I'll probably be live later tonight, so come on in. Say what's up during the live stream. I'm just going to be chit-chatting it up with you guys. By the way, I just spit all over my laptop. Holy crap, dude. I have a giant hoagie on my laptop screen straight that came right out of my mouth. Wow, that is insane. I got to go clean this off, guys. I'll talk to you later. Deuces.